Well, it's been a long time since I have done a product video, and I thought we would do one today on Signature Style Saturday. We're going to go visit a local shop, one of my very favorites, Urbane, where I got some really spectacular things that speak to the season. And then we're going to go into the kitchen, and I want to show you some really great things that Hubs and I have been consuming regularly to get our protein gram count up. Then I've got a couple of beauty items that I recently discovered. These were recommended to me by a friend. I love them. Well, there's just a whole plethora of things that we're going to discuss today on our product video. So what do you say?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, the skeleton and I are saying, but wait, make sure that you stay to the end because I'm going to share with you the best product I have gotten in ages. It was recommended to me by my friend Jan. I have gifted I don't know how many of these, and I use them nonstop throughout the day. Well, if you want to know what that is, then make sure to hang on to the end. Well, if you're new to the channel, one of the reasons that I moved to the cottage was because of all of this, what I kind of call my walking life, because there are so many marvelous places, stores, restaurants, bars, museums that are literally within walking distance of where I live. This is just a short 20-minute walk from my home, and it is one of my favorite haunts. I come here regularly to see what these guys have. The name of it is Urbane, and interestingly, in 2014, they moved from right around the corner from my old house, Stuart, to this new location in an area that's called Automobile Alley. It's absolutely fabulous, it's fun, it's hip, and there's always something going on. So let's go in because I want to point out to you some of my favorite things here and kind of give you guys a little bit of a glimpse into why this is one of my favorite places to shop. We are going to walk the talk, Cole, and we're going to do some early Christmas shopping. So Stuart's going to get this one, and I'm going to get this one for Leah. She fell in love with these. They're kind of Jonathan Adler looking.
Yeah, very much.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
How fun will this be at Halloween? But if we don't give them to her till Christmas, Stuart. Oh, well.
Early Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
Okay,
Hey,
I like
that's
that.
an idea.
Well, it is formally October now. We have turned the page decidedly into fall, and that means Halloween. So I'm starting to decorate the cottage inside and out with Halloween and fall decor, starting with these wonderful vessels, compliments of Urbane. I love them. They have kind of a Jonathan Adler quality to them, so cool. But they're also kind of, well, let's just say this, you could use them year round, but definitely they also have kind of a Halloweeny vibe, especially if you style them with nothing just but some sticks and even a little bit of past its prime, kind of crumbly foliage. I think that looks kind of spooky. Now, I have wanted to do this ever since I got this darling, well, it's actually a little planter, skeleton head planter. I got this from Target. We'll put a link, and I knew immediately that I wanted to do something with it. so that I could fill it with treats for the kiddos even before Halloween, because I think I've told you so many kiddos are coming by to look at the pollinators and to just say hello. So I found all of these suckers online. They actually came in 2 different batches. So I got one of these black and white swirl ones, and I'm not sure if they're licorice. I'm not sure actually what flavor they are. I just got them for their looks. Sugar, yes, just sugar. And then also, I got these, and aren't these cute? So this is a pumpkin head, an eyeball, a bat. I think these were all of the 4 different varieties that came in this lollipop ensemble, but I think they look absolutely precious in here. And I'm just keeping this on the counter, and then when a little comes by, with their parents' permission, of course, I can treat them. The nice thing is I can have them here not only to give to the kiddos, but I can also have them here as Halloween decor. And then if they have not all been given out by then, all I have to do is put these in my Halloween treat bucket. And for sure, with the thousands of kids that come through the neighborhood on Halloween, I will definitely get rid of them then. They won't be sitting around the house going stale. So I think that's really, really cute. It would make a cute gift, but I just love it. So I'll make sure to put the links to both of these types of suckers below, because I think it is the contrast and the color palette of them all that makes them really special. Let's move on to another trick. Well, over my sabbatical, I really tried to up my health care game with my exercise level, my eating habits, all sorts of things. And I kind of drafted Hubs, and he got on board along with me. And one of the things that I wanted to do, and parenthetically, I remember this so much with my mother-in-law, how she was constantly trying to get enough protein in her diet. That's especially a challenge for me because I don't eat a lot of meat. And to be able to do that while you're still keeping your calories low when you want to be in a calorie deficit like my husband is, then it can be a challenge. So I want to show you a hack and also some great products we have been consuming in great volume here at the cottage. Most of them are, we like them at breakfast, but also for snacks, just different times of the day. So let's start out with my #1 obsession. Okay, I love peanut butter. I absolutely adore peanut butter, but it is really calorie dense. It's way too fattening for me to consume with any kind of regularity, even if I'm eating it on celery sticks or something like that. So enter this wonderful PB Fit peanut butter powder. That's hard to say. Peanut butter powder. I learned about this, I can't remember when I was looking into recipes and things, so it's great in recipes. But what I found, it's even better to make a peanut butter concentrate or a peanut butter substitute. But before I do that, I want to share with you this hack, and I will apply it to each one of these different items. So what we want to do, according to the Mayo Clinic, is we want to get 15 to 30 grams of protein in each meal. And as somebody who's a little bit older, I am definitely shooting for 30 grams of protein because I want to maintain my muscle mass and even maybe build it if I can. So this, we know peanut butter is high in protein. This is really high in protein, but it's also low in fat. So that makes it a good calorie smart alternative to peanut butter. And here is the hack. If you look on the nutrition facts label, you're going to see two labels. You're going to see 2 numbers. Number 1, you're going to see the protein number right there. Okay, and this protein number, it says 8 grams per serving. Am I right?
I think so.
Okay, now up here you see calories, 60 grams or 60 calories per serving. So all you have to do, and I learned this, I can't remember, I saw it somewhere online, you add a 0 to whatever that protein gram number is. So if it's 8, we're going to make that 80. If the protein number of 80 then is higher, equal to, or not that much higher than the calorie level, then you know that you can eat this amount of protein and still be in a calorie deficit. In other words, you can lose weight. Okay, so let's check our math. 8 grams of protein. We're going to add a 0 to it. That turns into 80, and 80 is even higher than the calorie count of 60 calories. So that is great. And that is just for one serving. So if I wanted to do 2 servings, I could still do that, and I would have 16 protein grams, which puts me in that 15 to 30 range. But what I do with it, you guys, and again, you can use this in all sorts of recipes. You can put it in your protein shakes in the morning, or really any kind of shake. But here's what I do with it. I just make my own peanut butter. So I just get a jar, and sometimes I'll just add water, but most of the time I add almond milk, because that gives it a little bit more creamy of a texture. And it is really yummy, okay? It may not be quite as filling as that fat-laden regular peanut butter, but my goodness, it is healthy. It's got tons of protein, and it's really, really delicious. So how do I like to eat it? Because we also know that a lot of us are trying to eat fewer carbs, and that means bread. Well, Hubs and I really like this Sara Lee delightful 45-calorie bread. It's got 8 grams of whole grain per slice, and a serving is 2 slices. So you can make a sandwich out of this with 2 slices of this. And let's look at the protein count. So the protein count is 5 grams per serving. So that would be 50. So yes, 90 calories is higher than the 50 number that we computed from the protein grams, but nevertheless, that's pretty good. A sandwich with bread for just 90 calories. So then I can take my 5 grams of this, I can add it to my peanut butter, and that's really great. Just another little serving of cottage cheese or something on the side, and I would have met my 30 grams of protein for the day. I could also just do 2 servings of this. Now, to make it even more healthy, enter my fave, Manicura honey. Probiotic or prebiotics, antioxidants, but mostly I just love it for its sheer deliciousness. So when I want just a snack in the afternoon with my afternoon cup of tea, or I want a quick breakfast in the morning, I can toast this, or I can just make a little honey and peanut butter sandwich. So I will put the links to these, but if you are like me and you love peanut butter, then this could be a really good calorie alternative to the very fattening regular peanut butter that we consume. And like I say, it has just been a wonderful solution for me. And yes, I do eat this on celery too. Now, before we move on to the other products, Stuart had a good question. How many grams of fiber are in this? And in 2 slices of this bread, you get 5 grams of fiber. So that is pretty good, not too bad for eating bread. And then let's see, this, it has 2 grams of fiber. So it's not completely fiber dense, but you can always get additional fiber just throughout the course of the day, either by having Metamucil in your coffee, or you can obviously eat all sorts of healthy fruits and vegetables and high fiber delicacies like that throughout the course of the day. Okay, now that is more kind of me and my breakfast. I might eat that with oatmeal or something like that. Hubs is absolutely addicted now to these protein powders because he thinks they taste like milkshakes, and he just really likes that, and he doesn't think that they have kind of a, some people complain of kind of a pithy or a powdery taste in their mouth, but he loves these, and he drinks this every morning, sometimes again with low-calorie almond milk or with water. Now let's play that game of the protein count to the overall calorie count. Can we eat this much protein and still be in a calorie deficit? And I will put the link to this because this is Hub's preferred brand. So here we go. Let's look at the nutrition facts on the label. It's, I don't know, it's kind of shiny. Can you see that, Stuart? Okay, so there we go. How many grams of protein does it have? Okay, it has
Sorry,
it has 30 grams of protein.
Hey,
So
there
we're
you
going to
go.
add a 0 to that. Wow. There's your 30 grams in one meal. Okay. So then that's 300 and we compare it to how many calories there are. Talk about a bang for your buck. You get 300 grams of protein with only the consumption of 150 calories. And the added bonus is Hubs loves this. He makes it every morning in our little Vitamax. It's easy for him to do. He likes to add ice to it, by the way, and he can take it on the go. Yes, you have a question?
I used to do the same thing with Slim Fast when I was younger. Is that the same kind
I
of
don't,
stuff?
I don't think it's the same thing.
different.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's different.
Okay.
If you guys, here's our question of the day. If you guys know that, then let us know. But this is low calorie, high protein, and that is just great. Now, sometimes he likes the chocolate best, but it also comes in vanilla. And if he eats the vanilla, then he always has to add strawberries or something to it to make it taste more like a shake. Now, lastly, if I am really busy, if Stuart and I are going to go shooting, or if I'm just on the go and I want to eat something that's high protein for breakfast, or sometimes if I want to have a little something in the afternoon with tea, these taste like candy bars. Now, this is probably the least nutritious of all of them because it does have more added sugar, but let's take a look at our protein to calorie count hack. So, in the back, we see that this has 20 grams of protein and per bar, 200 calories. So that's spot on. So we're getting 20 grams for 200 calories. Add a little cottage cheese or something and you hit that 30-gram mark. Now you may want to know, okay, how are these packaged? How large are they and how do they taste? Well, they taste delicious. They taste kind of like a candy bar. So they've got different flavors, chocolate. This one is chocolate and peanut. There's chocolate peanut caramel. And so there you go. You can see it looks just like a candy bar. And it tastes like one too. Okay, this is another recommended product, recommended actually by Katie Couric. And it is a weighted vest. Speaking of really trying to enhance your bone density, build up muscle strength, well, a weighted vest is a great way to do that. Now, do not make the mistake that I did and order one, because I wasn't really sure how many pounds in the weighted vest that I should purchase. So I ended up getting one that was too heavy, and this one is 12 pounds, and it is indeed too heavy. So I will be gifting it to my son, to my 30-year-old son, and it will be perfect for him. For me, and I will put a link right here, I'm going to get the 5-pound weight. I've actually already ordered one. It just hasn't arrived yet. But for those of us that might be prone to osteoporosis or osteopenia, and we want to really develop some muscular strength, I definitely think that this might be a product for you as well. They're not prohibitively expensive. I'll show you the brand that I bought, but it's something you might want to consider as you are really trying to get healthier in the last quarter of the year. Well, if you're like me, you really like to layer your necklaces. And these right now, to get this kind of look with fine chains, some of them a little bit more textured and bulky, but to get this look is kind of difficult because if you're like me, it's just hard to really open and close the clasps, and then they get kind of all tangled, and then you're doing that 3 times. Well, enter this brilliant invention.
Sounds like me with my mic cables.
Isn't that incredible? Look here. Look here. Yes, yes. This is a magnetized hook, and you just attach your necklaces to it. And mine are a little bit, there we go.
Your hand
Look,
behind one
yeah,
side of it so I
yeah,
can
looky
see
there.
the mechanism. There we go. Thank you.
Here, might be better to do it this way.
Oh, yeah.
And you just hook your necklaces onto it. You have all 3 of them here, and you know you're going to probably want to adjust them to your desired length, because some of them have this extra stuff at the end. But when you put it on, it just is so easy. You don't have to have anybody help you. It just magnetizes in the back. What a great stocking stuffer. I mean, what a great stocking stuffer.
That's good.
Even if I just had one, I would probably, and you can, by the way, this holds 3. You can get some that hold 2. But even if I had just one, I would use it because it's just so much easier to get your necklaces on and off. Now you can see here, mine's a little bit tangled, and it's because I've got these additional pieces, lengths of chain on there. And I might take those off, and that will keep it from really getting tangled at all. So Stuart and I were laughing. I was saying easy on, easy off, unless of course you're wearing a mic and it will get tangled on that. But I think all of us need one or multiples of these in our stocking at Christmas time, or as inexpensive as they are, treat yourself. Okay, the other thing that I did on my sabbatical was clean out my closet. And I really wanted to focus on those things that would help a capsule wardrobe or just essential items that I wanted to have that I could grab and go at any point in time to layer for the fall. And enter 2 different products that I absolutely love. And yes, they are Amazon essentials. I've ordered them before, and I ordered them in bulk this time. And that is, number 1, are just these t-shirts with the 3/4 length sleeves. Now, what I love about these is I love the collar. I love the boat neck collar. I am short-waisted, and I'm also a little bit short-necked, but I do have really broad shoulders, and I find this is very, very flattering. This kind of neckline is really flattering. So I believe these came in a pack of 3, and I got it in black. This is my favorite. I have worn this so many times. I love the black and white stripe. Looks great under a blazer, summery or fall. And then I also got it in an oatmeal color. And then the 3 packs, I believe you can get them in just different selections of what colors you want. Inexpensive, love the neckline, love how soft they are, brilliant for layering. Well, I think you might want to order some of these too. Okay, this isn't that fancy to have such a dramatic opening, but nevertheless, it is that valuable. I love these lightweight t-shirts. Again, this is I think in one of their Amazon essential lines. These only come in a 1-pack. I just got it in brown, but I am definitely going to get it in other colors. I love the fact that it's so lightweight, so it will be brilliant to layer under any kind of long sleeve sweaters you have that are slightly itchy or that just kind of bother you some. But I also think it's really figure flattering when you've got it on with something just like leggings. It would be great with jeans or whatever, but I really like the way it looks. Now, why is it figure flattering? Because it's got this tiny bit of ruching on the side.
Oh, I see it now.
Can you see it? Yeah. So it's got that tiny bit of ruching that kind of helps camouflage a tummy. It is so comfortable. I really love this. Again, I got it just in brown, but I'm going to get it in different colors. Now, another reason that I think it looks kind of figure flattering, not to be indelicate, so Stuart, you may want to avert your eyes, but it's because of the bra I have underneath. Now, if you're like me, you hate to go bra shopping. Well, if you don't even have to really shop for them, you can just buy them online, then that is brilliant, and especially when it comes at a great price point. So I bought one of these, and I later went back and I bought 3 more. That's how great they are, and I can't even really, let's see, what is the brand? The brand is Warner's. And they are so comfortable, you guys, and they wash beautifully, and they don't scratch, you know, right around the tag mark or at the enclosure. They're just wonderful on so many levels. They're soft, they're silky. Stuart, isn't this just right up your alley?
I'm a good cameraman.
You're a good cameraman. But I mean, they're wonderful, and no, I'm not going to model it for you. But they're wonderful, and again, at a great price point. Extra side smoothing panels, all over stretch, simple, easy sizing, wide, comfortable straps. All of those things are true. It's one of the best bras I've ever owned, and I've had some of the pricey ones. So if you guys want to check this out, then I highly encourage you. I will put links, of course, to all of these things below, and they will all go in my Amazon shops as favorites. Now, there's a couple of other things that I want to share with you, so let's get to it. Okay, here's another product that was recommended to me by a friend, and I do indeed like it. It's the True Match Lumi Glotion. This one is, I believe I got mine in light, and I typically wear Revision's tone on tone sunscreen. It kind of matches to your skin color, and I really like it. I don't wear foundation, but if you want something, but it can be a little pricey. This is at a lower price point. Sadly, it does not have sunscreen in it, but it does have a beautiful finish, and it really makes your skin glow. Again, it's not too expensive, and I have worn it the past couple of days. I really like it, and it is the True Match Lumi Glotion by L'Oreal. So you guys might want to try this too if you want something. If you're going to be, I did wear sunscreen underneath it, but if you want something that's just really, really lightweight and you don't want to have too much makeup on, then I definitely recommend this. Now, this product was also recommended to me by someone in their early 30s, and it is, I believe it's Jessica Biel. If I'm not right on that, you guys will tell me. Called the Honest line of beauty products, and I wanted something that would really give me a touch of color to my to my cheeks and my lips, and this is beautiful. And what I like about it is it reacts more like a stain. A lot of times I find that when I'm working outside and just moving around the house and whatever, that over time I really begin to lose the intensity and the saturation of whatever blush I'm using. But what I like about this one, as I said, it works kind of like a stain, and not just on your cheeks, but also on your lips. And it's kind of natural. It's not too opaque. It's kind of translucent.
You can see it, right?
Yeah, I'm probably not doing it justice. This is Coral Fire, and I just really, really like it. And then you can put just a touch on your cheeks and blend it in. And there you go.
Rosy cheeks.
Yeah, rosy cheeks. Probably need to blend a little bit better. But I think it's pretty much, what I like about it is it's long lasting. I've worn this for a couple of days. Again, not prohibitively expensive. It popped up when I put in a more expensive brand, and this came up as an alternative, as kind of a dupe, and indeed it is a good dupe to try. Fire Coral by Honest. Now, I've really been wanting to share these books with you, and I also want to get your opinion on 2 of them, actually 3 of them. So if you have read any of these books, or if you read them in the future, please in the comments below, or you can message me or something. I would love to know your opinion on them. Number 1, this is one off of my own bookshelf. I started this in the sabbatical, and now I'm just finishing it up, and that's The Road Home by Jim Harrison. He is a beautiful, beautiful writer, one of my husband's very favorites. He wrote Legends of the Fall, if you're familiar with that movie, and another one, Dalva. And Dalva was the name that we named a dog after once, because we both love the book so much. So The Road Home by Jim Harrison, beautifully, beautifully written. So that would be a good winter read. Now the next 2 are memoirs. And I'm going to start out by saying that they're both very different. They're both from personalities that you might recognize. One of them a big Instagram star. The other one, everyone recognizes her name, Ina Garten. And I would say that they're both interesting. But I'm at least so far a little bit disappointed in them. One was, I dare say it, a little bit boring. And that is How to Be Old by Lynn Slater. I do love Icon Accidental. She is truly iconic. She is someone that later in life became kind of a a fashion influencer. So her life passage, her life pilgrimage is really, really interesting. She's got a PhD in social work. I was really looking forward to the book, especially because of its title, How to Be Old. But I think the title is deceiving. It really isn't about how to be old. It's more about her pilgrimage in the social media world and how she is looking at life and different things. To me, it's neither beautifully written nor poorly written. I just don't think it's really that interesting. The parts that are fascinating to me now, I'm almost 2/3 of the way through the book, and I'm just now getting to the parts that are more interesting to me. Do I still recommend it? Yes, because I don't care whose personality it is that is writing a memoir. I just find memoirs fascinating. So it's worth diving into them, whether you really like them or not, because it's eminently interesting and will inform your own attitude about self-knowledge and how you look at yourself. So that is number one, and it was not an expensive book. I'll put a link below. The next one I was also really looking forward to, and it took a long time to get it. I had to pre-order it in advance, and that's Ina Garten's Be Ready When the Luck Happens. And I think this is really good. It doesn't contain quite as much detail as I would like, particularly about her growing up years, which I understand were very difficult. She did an interview and she talks about her father and the fact that he was abusive. But in the book, it seems to me she just kind of glosses over some of that kind of stuff without giving much detail, and I think detail would have enriched this book. But I do find it interesting. It's largely about her relationship with her husband, Jeffrey. It's very fascinating. I particularly enjoy the parts about her kind of fusing the sciences with cooking, and it's a compelling read, and she's just delightful. So there you go. That is my assessment of Ina Garten's book. I am about 1/3 of the way through it, and I look forward to reading the rest, and I might enjoy it even more as I progress through it. Now, I can't remember if I have showed you this book or not, but I've been pulling it out recently, Bountiful Boards, because it's getting to be charcuterie season. We're all doing lots of entertaining for football games. The weather is finally nice. Some of us, if it's not too hot where you live, can entertain outside and definitely can put together a really exquisite mosaic of a charcuterie board. And this one is packed with inspiration. The two that I am particularly taken with right now, number one is the Build Your Own Parfait board. And I've got some overnight guests that are coming at the end of the month, and I am definitely going to be doing this for them. I got some great granola at Urban Agrarian, and this would be a really fun thing to put together. I may use fruits that are a little bit more autumnal, but nevertheless, I love it. It's fun, it's festive, and it's beautiful. The other one that I find kind of fascinating, and this would really be easy, and that is a dim sum board. Now this would be really easy for a Sunday brunch or something, but it would also be easy because I probably wouldn't make any of this. I would get all of this at one of the many Asian restaurants that are around me. I think that would be very fun, and again, it's a centerpiece in and of itself. So I'm actually serving charcuterie tonight. It's going to be more of a traditional board with things from a local Italian restaurant, Upper Crust. They do beautiful charcuterie. We've got some friends coming over for cocktails and appetizers, and I just won't really have the time to pull anything together. So here's a trick, a little life hack. Just send your husband out to get a charcuterie pretty much already done from a local restaurant. Obviously, they're easy to put together yourself if you have the time to shop for really good cheeses, for really good deli meats, for really fresh fruit. And today I just don't have the time to do that. But I'm excited. These are neighborhood guests. We're really not even friends. We're just getting to know them. One of them I am kind of fangirling on, a war correspondent for CNN for years. He still works for ABC, and I just find it really, I think he's a personality that will have wonderful stories to tell and will probably have a lot in common with Hubs. So I have charcuterie on the brain, and I will have charcuterie and Pinot Noir on the menu for tonight. And drum roll, please, my favorite product I have bought anywhere, online, in stores, no matter what. This is my favorite product that I have purchased and used recently, and it is called the white green cloth. My friend Jan Nadine of Hungry Holler on Instagram sent one of these to me, and it is marvelous. It is a miracle worker, and what I love about it is you don't have to use any glass cleaner. You don't have to use anything with chemicals or fumes, and basically you just wet it down. And what I did is it comes in these large squares, and it also comes in multi-packs. So I bought a multi-pack, and I've been gifting these to all sorts of people, and I'll also use them as stocking stuffers. But I cut mine into fourths, so it's a little bit more manageable. And what it is brilliant on is your windows. So you just wet it, let it sit for a while, because if it's too wet, that will cause it to streak. And let me see, it will tell you all of these things on here. Removes bugs, tar, grease, fingerprints, brake dust, soap scum, and it really works on soap scum in your shower, dirt and dust. But what I like is it tells you if you have a problem and it is streaking or it's not picking up everything or whatever, it will tell you what the problem is. Use slightly damp, drip-free. Wipe your surfaces and do not dry them. They will dry streak-free on their own. The secret is tiny fibers 200 times thinner than human hair. Water spots on your cloth means water spots mean your cloth is too wet. Wring it out more. Lint means the cloth was washed with linty items like towels. Wash it again separately. I mean, it is
These
just
are washable.
These are washable.
Ah.
That it's just wonderful. So what I do is every morning I take a square and I go ahead and I get it wet underneath my faucet in the kitchen, and then I leave it there to kind of hang dry, because when you first wet it, it is typically a little bit too wet. And then I just let it kind of dry some. It works great on your faucets. It works great especially on your windows. It is brilliant on your windows. It is on almost any surface. Well, let's just say I am a big fan. The white green cloth, eco-friendly, 100% clean green, and I think you need some. I'm just gonna put it out there. You will thank me, I promise. I have gifted these to I don't know how many different people, and they are as enthusiastic as I. So there you go. Thanks for hanging with me today, showing you some of my favorite products. Again, these aren't anything fancy. This isn't types of clothing or products that I don't actually use. These are product recommendations to solve problems that I experience on a daily basis, and you might too. So I hope you enjoy them.